I didn't find out because he came home late, or because he smelled like someone else's perfume. I found out because he liked a photo and forgot to log out of my laptop. What I saw wasn't just cheating. It wasn't just lies. It was a whole other life where I never existed, where I was erased, where she was the queen, and I was the ghost he forgot to delete. Asterisk, my name is Sarah. I'm 29. I've lived in Chicago for 6 years. I work as a freelance graphic designer, which means I work from home most days. Quiet life, simple, or at least, that's what I thought. 3 years ago, I moved in with Mark. We'd been together since college, met in a coffee shop during finals week. He spilled his latte on my notebook. I laughed instead of getting mad. He said, "You're the first person who hasn't yelled at me for that." We dated for a year, got serious, moved in together. By year 2, we were talking about marriage. We had matching mugs. We did Sunday brunches at that little diner on Elm Street. We even picked out a dog, a golden retriever we wanted to name Sunny. He'd kiss my forehead when I was stressed. He'd bring me tea when I had migraines. He'd say, "You're my person. No one else comes close." And I believed him. But looking back, the cracks were there, small things. He started working late. Team meetings, he'd say. But his company didn't do evening calls. His phone was always face down. Locked the second he put it down. He got quiet on weekends. Stared at his phone like it held secrets. I thought it was stress. I thought he was just tired. But the truth, he wasn't tired. He was living a lie. And I was the only one who didn't know. The first real sign came 2 months ago. I was cleaning his side of the closet, nothing suspicious, just folding clothes. And I found a receipt from a jewelry store. $1,200, purchased 2 weeks ago. I asked him about it. He said, "Oh, that it was for my mom's birthday. Forgot to tell you." But his mom's birthday was in May. This was July. And when I checked his mom's Instagram, no gift, no post, no thank you. Just silence. I didn't say anything, but that night, I lay in bed, staring at the ceiling, wondering, who was that ring for? Asterisk, it was a Tuesday night. Around 9 p.m., I was on Instagram, just scrolling, nothing deep, just passing time. I saw a post from a friend, a beach photo from vacation. And there it was, Mark's like, under a photo of a woman I didn't know. She was in a red dress, standing under fairy lights. Caption, "Midnight thoughts with the one who gets me." I froze. Why would Mark like this? I checked his Instagram. Nothing. No comments. No follows. His story was blank, but something felt off. So I did something I never thought I would. I searched his old nickname, Marky Blue, something from high school, a username he used on gaming forums, something only close friends knew. And there it was, at marky.blue. Official private account, 27 followers, 14 posts. I requested to follow. Rejected, but I didn't stop. I searched her name in the comments, found her real account at luna.rose.22, and I looked. One post showed her hand in his, ring finger bare, but his had a silver band. Our anniversary band. Another, them at a restaurant the same night. He told me he was working late. A story, her, in a robe. Caption, "Breakfast in bed with my soulmate." That robe, I bought it for him last Christmas. They had a nickname, Sun and Moon. He called me babe, but for her, he was poetic, romantic, present. I sat there, phone in hand, heart pounding, and then I heard it, the front door. He was home. I quickly closed the tab, opened a random cooking video, and smiled like nothing happened. He kissed my cheek. "Hey love, what you're watching?" I said, "Just dinner ideas." But inside, I was already gone. That night, I didn't sleep. I lay there, staring at the ceiling, replaying every moment, every late night, every excuse, every time he said "I love you" while looking at his phone, and I realized I wasn't just cheated on, I was replaced. I didn't cry that night. I didn't confront him. I just planned. The next day, I created a fake account at alina.carta.style. I used a stock photo, brunette, sharp cheekbones, warm smile, added travel pics, art galleries, coffee shots, clean, believable. I followed at luna.rose.22. And within hours, she followed back. Suddenly, I was inside their world. Her stories showed dinners, weekend trips, inside jokes. One post, her in a white robe. Caption, "Breakfast in bed with my soulmate." That robe, I bought it from Mark. last Christmas. Another. A weekend trip to the mountains. The same weekend he told me he was visiting his brother. I saved everything. Screenshots, dates, locations. Then, I dug deeper, found her real name. Luna Perez, through a yoga studio tag, LinkedIn, apartment building, even her dog Mochi, a Shiba Inu. I didn't contact her, I just watched, and waited, until I found the gold mine he forgot to log out of Google on my laptop, and there it was, a shared calendar. Next entry, dinner at La Luna, 7 p.m. Don't forget the wine, the same restaurant we went to on our anniversary. I smiled for the first time in weeks, because now, I had a date with destiny. But I didn't stop there. I wanted more. So I searched Luna Perez plus Chicago on Google, found her blog, Luna's Light Wellness, crystals, affirmations. One post he says he'll leave her soon. I can wait, he's worth it. Another, my soulmate understands my darkness. And then, a photo, him, in her kitchen, wearing my apron. The one with the sunflower print. The one I thought was lost in the laundry. I felt sick, but not from anger, from betrayal. He didn't just love her, he built a life with her, using pieces of mine. The night came. I didn't wear tears. I wore power dress. Red lipstick, hair down. I walked into La Luna at 6:55 p.m. They were already there, in the back corner. Candles, wine. He was laughing. She was touching his arm. I walked straight to their table. He looked up, his face went white. She froze. I didn't yell. I didn't cry. I just smiled and placed my phone on the table. I played a 3-minute slideshow, their Instagram posts, the Google Calendar voicemail he left me. I love you, Sarah, good night, recorded the same night he was with her. Silence. Then I said, you said you'd leave her soon, so I came to help you say goodbye. I hit share on a private album, sent to his parents, her boss. She worked at a PR firm, our mutual friends, his manager at work. Then I turned and walked out. No drama, no scene. Just truth. I didn't look back, but I heard her say, who was that? And him, whispering, that was my girlfriend. The next morning, my phone blew up. Texts from friends, are you okay? I saw the photos. I'm so sorry. His mom called. Sarah, I had no idea. I'm so ashamed. His boss emailed, we're conducting an internal review. And Luna? She deleted her Instagram, but not before I saw her last story. A single, tear. Caption. I loved him. I didn't feel bad because love doesn't hide. Love doesn't lie. What they had, it wasn't love. It was theft. He called me 14 times that night. I didn't answer. At 3 a.m. He showed up at my door. He begged, said it was a mistake, said he loved me. I opened the door. And said, you don't get to love me now. You gave that to her. He moved out the next day. 2 weeks later, I heard Luna quit her job. Her boss saw the messages and called her unprofessional. Mark tried to sue me for defamation, but I had proof. It's metadata, Google logs. His lawyer dropped the case, and me. I didn't celebrate. I sat in my apartment, looked at the empty side of the bed, and finally cried. Not because I missed him, but because I realized how much of myself I'd lost trying to keep him. I stopped designing for clients. I started painting. I joined a hiking group. I traveled alone to Portland. And one day, I burned that apron, watched the flames eat the sunflowers, and I smiled, because revenge isn't about destroying them. It's about freeing yourself. If you're watching this, and you suspect something, don't ignore it. Don't make excuses. Gather proof. Protect yourself. And when the time comes, act with power, not pain, because you deserve a life where you're not a secret. You deserve to be the main character, not the deleted draft. Asterisk, if this story resonated with you, smash the like button. It helps YouTube show this to others who need to hear it. Subscribe, because next week, I'll tell the story of a woman who faked her own kidnapping to frame her husband, and how she got caught. And in the comments, I want to hear from you. Would you have exposed them publicly, or would you have left quietly? Let's talk. And if you've ever been betrayed, know this: you are not weak, you are not foolish, you are not alone. Sometimes, the quietest revenge is the loudest justice. Stay strong, stay wise, and I'll see you in the next story.